You can start. I've started the recording.
Hi, Barkha. This is Nehal here from Adgully. How are you?
Hey, I'm very good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm also good. So, Barkha, as we begin, I would like to know what was your reaction when you first came to know about the next Subhash Ghai movie that you will be starring in, 36 Farmhouse?
Right. In fact, I was already shooting another show. I was shooting in Bhopal, and that's when I got a call from one of SG Singh, SG So's assistant, saying that, "Hi, Subhash Ghai sir wants to have a meeting with you." And I was just like, "This is a very, very silly prank call because like it's come out of nowhere. There was no introduction. There wasn't anything. The call just started with, Subhash Ghai sir wants to do a meeting with you." And I didn't buy it. I was just like, whoever, you can have a word with my manager, because I was just like, someone's playing a prank on me, because in my head ऐसे projects ऐसे सामने से apparently नहीं आते. Clearly I was wrong. आते हैं. uh, yeah, that was my first impression when I then obviously I met Sir there, so I was starstruck only when I met him for the first time, but overall the experience has been great, and I think it was one of like a very, very big opportunity for me to be a part of this film, not only for the ensemble cast, not only for the for SG Sir as a like a legendary director, writer, and everything, but also because it's a very different space for my audience to look at me. While my audience up till now have only seen me in very sweet, web series, and this is a very different setting. My audience see me in, and obviously, audience is king. So that's something I'm very excited for. I think मुझसे ज़्यादा whatever we've put out posters and all of that, मुझसे ज़्यादा मेरे fans excited. So this one's for them.
Definitely. We have seen in the trailer that you are playing a fashion designer. Can you share more about your character and how well do you relate to it in your personal life as well?
I think everyone. Okay, to answer your one sec, I'm just gonna turn off WhatsApp because I'm just getting one sec. Just hold, please. Yeah, sorry, there was a constant pop-up on the side. So I play the role of a fashion designer, an upcoming fashion designer, a budding fashion designer who अपने से कुछ करने की कोशिश कर रही है. Though she a very, very rich house, जो अपने trailer में आई हो, but she's trying to do something on her own. And the second part of the question, how much I relate to that, I'd like to believe I have a decent sense of fashion, and I've always been interested in fashion and styles, keeping up different trends. I think that's something that came relatively easy to me. And in fact, I was also able to, improv a lot and like add a lot more things because I had some knowledge in this. I mean, अगर मेरे को astronaut बना देते in some film, so I would have nothing to contribute except जो मैंने सीखा है. But here I did have my own experiences to contribute as well.
How was your work experience working with this phenomenal star cast? Can you share some behind the scenes fun that you had?
Yeah, in fact, it was a lot of fun. As I said earlier, it was a great star cast, and everyone is so sweet, so kind, very caring. Like right from everyone. So say Ashwini ma'am, she used to so we were all shooting at a farmhouse in Lonavala. So we were all also staying in a bio bubble in another hotel which they had booked. So there was this one night, Ashwini ma'am went to the hotel kitchen. She chucked everyone out, kept 2, 3 sous chefs under her, and she cooked for everyone. And then even Sanjay sir's farmhouse was close by, so he'd host parties and cook for everyone. Also fish or mutton banate the. I'm vegetarian, so I couldn't enjoy all of that. But Ashwini ma'am made some lovely vegetarian food. And Flora ma'am is also someone I really, really enjoyed working with because I think she's very elegant and very gracious and very sweet. And Vijay Raj is also playing one of my mamas in the film. And he's also a different vibe altogether. मतलब वो एकदम straight face में इतनी funny बातें बोल देते हैं that you're talking to him, and then suddenly you're like, oh, he just said that. So I think everyone had a lot, and overall, it was a very good learning experience for me. because literally everyone on this project has been around for so many years. So just getting to work with them and learn with them was amazing.
So what is your take upon the newcomers that are coming into the industry? How is your take on these people coming in the industry and the challenges that they face, and how do you win them?
I
And
feel
what is
I'm
your
a newcomer.
yeah, what is your experience, you yourself being a newcomer for this industry entirely? How do you feel?
I think it's obviously a very daunting start to everything. Like किसी भी चीज को शुरू कर ले, it's always have jitters. You always have this thing. But if there's one thing I've learned is that you need to know what you because especially the web space now, because there's a whole pandemic, theaters बंद हो गए हैं, ठीक से नहीं चल रहे. So there's been a huge growth in web space and web content and all of that, right? And huge growth तो है, but there's also so much variety. हर टाइप के शो होते हैं, हर ऑडियंस के लिए शो होते हैं, सब रीजन्स के शो होते हैं. Because so much variety, as a newcomer, as an actor, you need to know कि अच्छा मुझे ऐसे टाइप शोज करने हैं, मुझे ऐसा इस जोन में घुसना है. That I feel is very important, because वो कहते हैं ना, jack of all trades. वो नहीं बनना चाहिए. And it's important to show your versatility as an actor. There's also a certain level of comedy you need to maintain. And I think that is something that I have learned of late is very important. And another thing, I think as a newcomer, I've learned that आपको opportunities काफी आएंगी, especially when you have a couple of projects out there. You will get a lot of offers. And I think it's very important to pick and choose kind of shows and films. And it's okay, even if that means you're sitting at home without shooting for 3 or 4 months, that's absolutely okay. Because picking a wrong project is a lot more detrimental than that. So
yeah. Speaking on OTTs, how has OTT been a setback for theaters that are already reeling under the impact of this pandemic?
I mean, there hasn't been a setback per se, because it's not like an OTT versus theater thing. Like, it's just happened कि situation ऐसे हो गई हमारी कि theaters में लोग नहीं जा सकते. But I think both of them have their own charm. While OTT is something that obviously appeals to the younger generation, our generation, a lot more, because we're always on our phones and there's so much content, and we get to watch international content saath. So those are things that you can't do as theater. But then at the same time, going to a theater and watching a film with everyone, getting that whole thing is an experience in itself. So I think there's no comparison, yeah. And about जो आपका question था कि web की वजह से theater ने वो लिया, that's not this thing, because COVID की वजह से theater took a beating. But I do hope theater comes back, because I do hope to see myself in a big screen sometime soon.
Yes, we do too. Oh, for the best. Well, Barkha, you are not only an actor, just an actor, you are also an influencer for the youth of today. So how do you see the influencer marketing ecosystem further expand in India?
I mean, it's one of the fastest growing. In fact, I remember reading something like just 3 days ago that it is one of the fastest growing industries by virtue of this increase in the online influence of people and to the reach. And third, there is direct, you can see exactly how your marketing activity has performed, because you get exact numbers. So that's easy for brands as well. And I mean, I think it's a very, very important aspect of our society now, whether it is promoting shows, whether it is promoting a product or service, whether it's promoting an individual. I think जो काफी सारे लोग पहले थे जो कहते थे कि नहीं, I'm not on Instagram, नहीं, I'm not on social media. I think that is changing now, because everyone is seeing the importance of social media. And for me, that's home. I absolutely love social media. I love Instagram. I love YouTube. So I'll obviously always have a soft spot for that. But all of 2021 and 2022, acting is where my focus has been.
Okay. So going forward for 2022, what shape do you see content creators such as yourself and others evolving into?
Yeah, very honestly, I feel we all have a different journey, Nehal, because There are some people who are purely based into fashion. There's some people who are, they only do lifestyle content. Some people only do beauty or makeup content. So I think sabki apni journey hoti hai, and because like things I never knew till last year, right, that I'm going to do a film with Subhash Ghai. So like the point is that everyone has their own journeys and the opportunities now are endless. So you never know. Like, I don't know what I'll be. Okay, I know what I'm doing next month, but I don't know what I'll be doing, say, for my next project.
Okay. So actually, my last question while I'm closing this conversation, I would like to know what is your next project and what are the other movie series that you are working upon?
In fact, 2022 is a very, very exciting year. A lot of the shows and films that I've shot last year have not been announced yet. So unfortunately, I can't tell you too much about it. But there's one show that has been announced on Voot Select, but that's releasing much later. So hopefully we can chat about that when that is releasing. But without revealing too much, all I can say is that I personally am very, very excited because there's a whole bunch of some super fun releases lined up for me in 2022.
Okay. With that, I would like to end this conversation. Thank you so much, Barkha. It was
Thank you, Nehal. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I can disconnect, right?